Welcome to the Deadly Addictions channel. Today, I'm going to be talking about Gladiator II. Now, first off, I'm not the biggest fan of the first Gladiator movie. It's one of those, I get why people like it. I get why it got critical acclaim. It just doesn't, sit well with me or excite me. Not something I rewatch a lot. But I see some of the value in, the way it was shot and the good things about it. I get it. It's not a passionate movie of mine. And the second one doesn't really feel grand enough for me, and it just feels a little underwhelming. Now, I don't have much, I love the Spartacus show. It's not like I don't like Gladiator stuff, and every dungeon master has run a campaign with some portion of a gladiator fight here and there. And everybody knows I'm dungeon master, play D&D, blah, blah, blah. So I was excited to watch it. Besides the passing of my father, it wasn't something that was weighing heavy on me, or like my mindset wasn't in the right place. I was excited to watch a movie, action. Ridley Scott, I mean, come on, directing again. I try to picture myself going into this with a, pretty good mindset. Excited to watch a movie, action again, gladiators. And I think the pieces of this, there's probably lots of good things about this movie. Again, now this isn't one I'm going to think that people are going to like a lot or praise. But like I've said a lot of times, I usually don't go doing my own, deep dive into other people's reactions to this movie and their reviews until after I finish mine. I write my notes down, do what I gotta do the wiki thing, IMBD. But this one, I don't know. I don't get it. And it's not the Pedro Pascal, I'm doing the fucking quote fingers here, too much of him. He's barely in the movie, and he serves well. Everybody serves well. I'm going to say Connie Nielsen's probably the best part of this movie in the sense of the gravitas an actor or actress puts into the movie and brings to the movie, somewhat elevating what's there. I think she plays Wonder Woman's mother, Queen Hippolyta. I just like her. She's fantastic on the screen. She brings a lot of star power in that sense. So you're drawn to her. She's like you want to be, in that world. And there's a story to tell here for sure. I mean, I get it. The son she has to send away. It seems like a perfect fit, but the elements don't come together well for me. And the actor they got to play Lucius, the fucking son of fucking he's got his name is like, obviously it's not known, it's not really like a secret thing. Well, it is, but he seems to have been sent away, had a wife, and he's called to war against Rome. And this is where I think it starts to go wrong. But when the movie opens up, one of the notes I made was, what is this music? It didn't feel right. And then I kept putting a question mark about the graphics they were showing. As in, this is an important sequel to a widely accepted great movie, Gladiator, the first one with Russell Crowe, and it didn't feel right. I don't know why. Again, maybe it's because it's not my favorite movie. It's not something I don't like. It's just something that you watch once, you appreciate it, all the beautiful things and talent that went into it. But Again, it's not one of those, I'm not Deadpool Wolverine, watch it 15 times in the first fucking 2 months. It just doesn't feel like it worked on that level for me, but I get it. I don't think it served the movie well. Now, there's a reason for it, because when it's revealed that I don't know, what's his fucking name in the, because he's the son of Marcus, blah, 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 blah. And I don't have anything against the actor per se. It just doesn't feel, I don't know. Again, I can't put my fucking Hano, I think they called him. So it's revealed that he's the son, blah, blah, blah. But it's not like a known thing throughout the countryside, or other lands and countries. And when the movie starts, like I said, it's got the music I'm not jiving with. It's got this graphic sort of flashbacks with Russell Crowe, and even that, it didn't feel like it was right. I don't know. But I feel like the first major mistake was killing Hano's wife. Okay, beautiful woman. She's an archer, for the most part, I guess. And they're called to war, they gear up, and she dies, and Pedro Pascal is leading the army that murders her. And right away, it feels like the wrong move. I'm like, why not use her as a vehicle to drive the story in a different way? Because I would have focused on his childhood and what he meant to his own people and to his wife. It just feels like there's no story there, because they kill her to make his motivation, I'm gonna kill the general, Pedro Pascal, Aurelius. Now, again, there's no real bad performances. Pedro Pascal does good. This guy, Paul Mescal, does good, I guess. At times he even sounds like Russell Crowe. I guess that was on purpose. But he's captured after his wife dies, and they get defeated by the Romans, led by Pedro Pascal. And I'm going, okay, so this is going to be, he wants his revenge type thing. Again, you put the flashbacks, and, you sow the seeds that this is Maximus's son with Lucilla, Connie Nielsen, who I think is great in this movie. Again, there's something not right with it as the movie progresses and he's captured by the Romans. And I love the Spartacus show, even its little sub movies and spinoffs, I guess. Loved it. But a lot of that had to do with gladiator training and the camps and stuff, and, getting to the arenas. Now, I know he's a soldier already and he's good, but that whole setup, felt wrong to me in a way. Like, you already have that he's the son, I guess, the exiled prince, rightful ruler, and you put on top of that, you killed his wife and he's got this vendetta. Fine. It's the beginning of the movie. But a series of things starts to happen that I think kind of put me out of the movie and didn't ever really get me back in. And I'll go through them quickly in a sense, but I don't care how historical some of these things are. But first off, fuck baboons in a gladiator fight. It's just fucking stupid. Oh, we got to give him the title animal or whatever the fuck, and he's got to bite the baboon. Now, again, if this is just a not connected, just a movie about gladiators, maybe that's a great premise that could be well put together for a movie. You know, Forgotten Prince comes back, whatever. But what about a soldier whose wife is killed and he wants revenge? He has to go through the arena. He has to learn things to be more gladiator driven than just a soldier with revenge and the honor and all that stuff that's kind of filtered through here, but not in a good way. Another one is the fucking Rhino. Now, gladiator champion rides on the Rhino. No one does anything except run hard, and then the fight is just between Hanno, Lucius, and this guy. So what did they all do? Just fucking stand against the wall in a circle and let him fight one-on-one? I didn't get what was going on. It felt forced, just like the wife dying. Then again, started feeling forced because I'm calling back to that in my brain. Like, you killed this guy's wife. Okay, so he's here. Anyway. And another thing. You don't fucking... Again, I don't care if it's accurate. With fucking baboons and rhinos. Yeah, they used tigers in the first movie. What the fuck is a ship fight being done in the Coliseum? Is this a Coliseum that was built around a fucking lake? Or is this the same Coliseum that they filled with fucking water and then put boats in it so they could reenact a boat fight? Fuck, my brain just said, fuck you. Again, I don't care because it's stupid. And if I was back in those days, I'd be like, what the fuck is this? Is stupid. All right, it's fucking baboon on fire. Yeah, odd creature animal. Let's have a rhino, a guy riding a rhino. Fine, you can almost but the second you see this whole fucking Coliseum filled with water, where the walls, where they fight in that circle, filled with water, and they have to reenact a ship battle. My brain just said, fuck off. And from there, it was just fucking downhill. Just repeating this is like, big exclamation points on my piece of paper to fucking note. This is fucking some of the dumbest shit I've seen. And what makes it worse is this idea of Denzel Washington, who doesn't elevate the movie much. His character's supposed to be smart, but he's fucking stupid, is giving this guy this rage speech, because he's the owner now of this cadre of fucking gladiators, and he's got machinations to overthrow the fucking government. It doesn't work for me. His whole thing seems forced and kind of dumb, although Denzel Washington's amazing, so what are you gonna fucking do? All right, so my brain doesn't give a fuck anymore because the pieces that and the puzzle, the things that went together to say, oh, this is a man in love with a woman, done with war, no matter what his birth was, when he was sent away, he's called back to arms, his wife dies, he wants revenge against Pedro, and he's gonna be this animal of rage. It just goes nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. There's no oozing charisma that cements him in the character because he's a quiet guy who does the most horrible speeches I've ever heard. It doesn't feel right. Again, good actor. I mean, I don't know him anything really, but it wasn't like, oh my God, this is a disaster. I was in and ready to go on the journey, but as that journey took its steps, and I'm like, this can't be the fucking guy. Even at the end of the fucking movie, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me with this fucking... Okay, if you're gonna be a stoic guy, he's not like an orator, you're not like a speech guy, and you say that in the fucking movie, make it count. Make his passion, his rage come out in his voice and his eyes, and it just didn't work for me at all. Again, Connie Nielsen's probably the best thing stand out for me in this movie. I just believe her in this role. Maybe because she's the Queen Hippolyta. And again, if I have to watch fucking baboons, rhino, and a fucking ship battle in a gladiator movie, it should be fucking outrageous, great, groundbreaking stuff. It's Ridley fucking Scott, one of the greatest there is. Doesn't work for me. This wife dying, his kind of dream things that mimics the first movies, and an afterlife type thing. The love he has for his wife, it doesn't feel real at all, doesn't feel earned. Even his birthright, when it's kind of revealed, because it's never really revealed, where like the stakes are known and put on the screen in a way that makes you feel the weight of the movie. It's more like, oh, he's going through 5 cents. Oh, Washington's kind of curious, he's kind of learned where'd you come from, blah, 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 trying to manipulate things. And then the mother sees him fighting and, oh shit, she knows. And it doesn't really blossom into a fucking amazing plot of the movie. It doesn't enhance, it doesn't grow and become ground swelling, because it's supposed to. You get to the end of this movie and it's supposed to be, holy shit, I'm grabbing Maximus's armor, his sword, I'm sending out okay, so there's a doctor guy in here who you would, I swear, Lucius was in love with. Lucius is never more driven acting and getting close to another character than he does with this doctor. You'd swear they're gonna kiss at certain times. There's nothing wrong with that, but there's an element here that seems to be fucking grossly misunderstood or intended in the movie. I don't get it. So he has that attachment, and then he sends this guy out with a ring, because his mother gives him the ring, says it was your father's, blah, blah, blah. And it just fucking you go, what the fuck? Like, give it to this general, this other army, it's Pedro Pascal's army, he was going to overthrow the emperor with it, Anyway. Then, the 2 fucking emperors. I mean, I don't care how accurate it is. This thing's come off stupid. And it was way dumb to begin with, without the fact that when the third act comes and Denzel Washington makes his moves and gets the insane brother to kill the less insane brother, he puts his monkey in charge of, like, the army in front of the court and the Senate. Obviously, Denzel Washington's a massive manipulator. You find out, oh, spoilers, he was a slave under Connie Nielsen's fucking father. I mean, what are you trying to do here? This could have been amazing. Look at Conan, right? It starts off, he's a kid, things get whatever, and it's not a fucking Ridley Scott amazingly put together movie, but it has a story that it really gets you, and then you see the journey of this man. This movie is like, oh, his wife dies. Oh, we got to manipulate it. Things are going to come together. Oh, no. I'm a fucking... Now, one heartbeat away from taking over the fucking empire of Rome. It just doesn't feel right, earned. And these 2 fucking idiots, these emperors, are all throughout the movie just stupid. Again, I don't care how historically accurate this is. If you got transcripts of these fucking words that they said back then, it comes off stupid to me. Fucking dumb. Yeah, I get that the Caesars or whatever the fuck had an influence and, connected to divinity in a sense, and they can get away with a fucking amazing, crazy fucking things and no one rebels against them, although there are hints of it everywhere. Oh, no. You gotta keep the people, that's why they have the Coliseum, the games. it just fucking, if Denzel Washington's coming up with this master manipulator with this ultimate plan, which he reveals to fucking Lucilla and shows her the mark of that he was a slave to her father. Oh, this is the plot come together. It just feels like, what? Who cares? This is supposed to be a story about an exiled prince who's got this kind of anger at his mother sending him away, never coming back for him, and still staying in Rome. I get that. There's a story there. Again, there are elements in this movie that are good. It's Ridley Scott. He's fucking, what more can you say? But this whole movie doesn't feel like the grand epic it's trying to be. It just doesn't work. So, I've got fucking baboons, rhinos, a fucking ocean inside a fucking Coliseum. The fights aren't great or amazing. There's a couple of highlights here and there. Denzel Washington, master manipulator. These two fucking idiot emperors. And by the third act, only one, and you know what the fuck's gonna happen. It's supposed to be. I'm supposed to feel this welling up of emotions when he's going for his father's fucking armor and stuff. But I'm like, hold on a second. This doctor gave him the keys on a mission to get this army for him. His mother's captured. Oh. So Pedro Pascal, spoiler, the death is pretty cool in the sense of how they achieved it because, Hanno's arc, Lucius now, whatever the fuck, is culminating in him telling Denzel Washington, I'll be your gladiator, but I want his head. Oh, I can arrange that, and by fucking chance it happens because some fucking dishwasher or caretaker for the queen, Connie Nielsen, is eavesdropping. It feels fucking dumb, I'm gonna be honest. And so he breaks out the fucking gladiators and nothing, it doesn't feel, and it doesn't, he fucking says a couple of words and you're like, what is he doing? If this is the director's effort, if you're supposed to be a quiet and you don't speak a lot of words, man, like type thing, there's got to be an intensity in the eyes and the mannerisms and the loudness on certain words. Like, there's a way to do this. It feels like it just doesn't go anywhere. Emotion, it doesn't carry me on a ride. My brain's just like, okay, what the fuck? All right. And then, oh boy. You want to keep Denzel Washington in this movie? You want to give him a fucking sword fight at the end? Fine. Okay? But what I don't want to fucking see is when shit's going wrong and Denzel Washington realizes, oh shit, this gladiator was supposed to fight the guard, like 30 fucking people on his own while his mother's chained up in her fucking cabinet, whatever the fuck. He's got to fight them all and die. No, since he broke the gladiators free, they storm in and just start killing people, and it's a major fight. And Denzel Washington's like, okay, what's going on? What I don't want to fucking see is him pull out a fucking bow, ask for a bow, and from God knows how far away, shoot the fucking queen, Lucilla, in the fucking chest with a fucking arrow. There's a way to make deaths impact the fucking story and make you feel whatever, but it felt like bullshit. If you have any idea of this fucking thing, I guess Ridley Scott's putting his stamp on it and whatever, but you could have come on, that first movie garners you a guaranteed franchise, if not a successful one. Meaning, the Gladiator is so good, so well received, you could make more. Look at 300. They made a fucking god awful sequel, and that first movie, Gerard Butler's performance, you needed that, and it doesn't come across. But no, I'm gonna watch Denzel Washington call for a bow, shoot the mother, and so we can have her die with her fucking son, but it doesn't feel like it does anything. It's just fucking stupid. I was half expecting at the end of the movie, which is fucking dumb itself, but when Hanno Lucius, the prince, whatever, comes back, he walks through the fucking Colosseum, sees the blood, says something about his father, whatever. I was half expecting her to still be alive. Like, oh, I'm a strong fucking whatever. No, Denzel Washington's plans go to shit, and he's upset when he takes an arrow and he shoots it at the mom, hits her in the it was the fucking dumbest shit in the world, because she should have been the staple for any fucking future things. You can always involve the prince, the exile, the new leader, or the face, or the who holds the honor of Rome again type shit. Dumbest fucking move. No, that's not the dumbest move, I think. Because I get it. Some of the other things are way dumber. But you don't kill her off. You don't do it in that fucking fashion. Why not have the handmaid, fucking whoever, just poison her or something? No, in a fucking big Coliseum, you call for a bow and you shoot. It's just fucking dumb, because the whole fucking place is going ape shit. It was the seeds were sown in the beginning of the movie, sort of, and you don't want to get the people of the fucking citizens, or whatever the fuck they are, upset because you don't have enough fucking people to protect you from this whole fucking city, and they're all in the Coliseum and they're all pissed off. You know how the Gladiator shit works. Boo, yeah, die, sit mercy, whatever the fuck, thumbs up, thumbs down. No. He pulls out a fucking bow and shoots them out. And then I knew that I wasn't going to like this movie. Like, I wasn't going to be able to justify fitting all the pieces together in my head and coming through and going, you know what? Yeah, I enjoyed this. I'll recommend this. It's not even one of those, which like the first one is to me. It's just not for me. But I could recognize the value, the value of it, the talent, the greatness in certain aspects of the first movie. I'm not even a big Russell Crowe fan, but he did his shit and he did it well. So did the other cast, in a sense. And the story, again, the movie's not for me, but I see why it was critically acclaimed and fans love it. This was fucking dumb, forced. It seemed like bullshit, and this cemented it right here. It's at the end of the movie, too. But remember, I'm watching baboons and fucking rhinos and an ocean inside a Coliseum. And I'll say it again, I don't give a fuck how accurate it is, if they really spent billions of fucking gold dinaros, whatever the fuck, to build ships inside a fucking Coliseum. On water deep enough to have them fucking move around and fight. I don't care if it was built on the ocean by some fucking ancient alien technology, or over a lake, or, which is, I think what happened is they just filled the fucking Coliseum with water. And it just fucking blows my mind. But, get to the end of this movie, and Denzel Washington is fucking shooting an arrow into the... And it was just fucking cemented. It was like, once that arrow went, I was like, fuck this. This is bullshit. You don't do it this way. Just like they killed his wife in the beginning. This could have been a trilogy. Because you had the story there, right? With the fucking kid and the prince. Now, maybe you couldn't have called it Gladiator, but you could have had a first movie where he's, captured and his wife dies, but you see that connection, you feel the love, you feel this family thing. Because one of the earliest scenes in the movie is as he's captured after fucking holding his wife's body in the water and she's dead. is he's put on a boat and stuff, and he tries to give a fucking speech, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Where did this come from? Oh, obviously it's told in a story way. You know, you find out he's well learned. He's the son of Maximus and Lucilla. Holy shit, the prince, the rightful heir. But none of it felt like it worked. Like they actually built up. It's like, you don't get me this way. And then his horrible speeches throughout the whole fucking movie. And that's a writing thing. Because the actor can act. You know, even Denzel. This is a writing issue in this movie. Maybe even an editor thing. But you could have had an epic coming-of-age movie where you find out it's fucking Lucius and involve gladiator shit. And then, like, but this mother should have been the staple of this movie. Like they tried with 300. They tried to make Gerard Butler's wife, you know, well, they switched that in a sense. But you get what I'm trying to say is someone should recognize when they're doing dailies and fan things, whatever the fuck they do, that, oh my God, this woman is holding the movie together. She's enchanting on the screen. She's great at her job. She does more than she should because she carries the movie in a way that I don't think they expected her to. Because maybe, you know, this actor, I don't know, I don't get it, but it's horrible writing, the speeches. And again, I don't give a fuck if it's accurate. If they had transcripts from those days and, oh, this is what they say. Again, annoying me, and you pissed me off right there. I mean, I was kind of, you know, tuned out again. Like I said, I got babooned, and this whole fucking thing leading up, this whole leadership qualities that they're trying to show, which never came through. The love for his wife, which felt like nothing, just bland, like, okay, whatever. Just to get him in this position to be in the gladiator ring, to be this guy of rage, which is never fucking shown, except for one scene where he bites a baboon back. Oh my God. Oh. And there's actually a really good scene where he's sitting with the slaves and they start making monkey noises. And he smiles and laughs and gives them a nod. It's the only fucking thing in the movie that felt kind of earned. So I guess why I know why they did that. But the Denzel Washington fucking reiterating the rage thing was a big mistake because it never comes through. This isn't a well-learned, very stoic son of Maximus who has got to get the job done, and he'll get it done in a way that inspires and brings honor. You know, you should have had him a fucking... his wife's death should have made him a savage. You know, again, this is Gladiator II. It's Ridley Scott. I'm giving it a shot. I'm all in. I'm excited to watch the movie. I'm getting fucking these pulled out of the movie over and over, from bad dialogue and writing to insanely stupid fucking set piece type things. Didn't feel earned. Why watch Spartacus, the TV show? And I've watched it numerous times. It is fucking epic in that sense of Crixus being the best and Spartacus just coming in. And this turmoil within the house. I know it's a movie. I know it's whatever fucking 2 hours, something long. I don't know. I could have tightened this movie. No, I could have. It should have been tightened up. Rewritten dialogue. There should have been coaches here really pushing some of the emotional points that we're supposed to feel. You know, I don't ever want to shit on movies in a way where there's some respected, talented people. Who fucking is ever gonna argue how good Ridley Scott is or his legacy? You know, I'm not. I just don't think this movie works the way it wants to. It wants to be something it's not. It hints at things that it never fulfills and doesn't give you this, you know, this momentum that movies give you. I talk about liking shitty movies sometimes, like, and just what joy you can get from watching a movie that is not the most critically acclaimed thing. I don't care. I want to be entertained. I want to be moved. And a lot of times I'll sit here and go, I like the Green Lantern movie, you know, fucking great. Yeah, I love it. I watched it like over a dozen times. I watch it way too much. And I say it all the time. It feels like I'm bragging at this point now. But it's just a point to say, like, yeah, I know it's a shitty movie. But I've been dying to see a Green Lantern on screen. And I love it. Same thing with, like, Miss Marvel. You know how much joy I get watching that fucking movie? Seeing a cosmic character going into space and blowing through ships and energy blast. So, yeah, there's this expectation is met. This child in me that wants to see these fucking things that I love from comic books. And, you know, and I wanted to see in this what I loved about, like, Spartacus, the TV show, and all the offshoot things they did. The epicness, this heartfelt thing. And you can call back to things. Like Spartacus did it great with his girlfriend wife thing and him being a slave now. This movie fell short on everything except for the mom. I can't argue that she can take this shitty type dialogue and plot and everything and make it her own, because she does. She's the highlight of the movie, which I thought Denzel Washington would be, because we all know how fucking talented this fucking guy is. And there's definitely no argument there. You might not like some of the movies he's done, but holy shit, the guy's amazing. But again, is it Connie Nielsen? Am I saying it right? Let me check. Connie Nielsen, yeah. Just again, you hit me over the head with stupidity, and it just doesn't feel right. It should have had momentum that built me up to this moment where my heart is pounding. There's like my hair stand up when he's going to get the armor, and the speech that he's going to give to the men at the end when everybody kills fucking Denzel Washington. And that whole thing seems stupid. There's fucking armies on both sides. He's running past on the horse. And you knew the fucking army was there. It looks like you've got a whole countryside. Fucking huge landscape. You don't have to go this way. Sorry. You know, it wasn't like this is a path through thick forest. It feels forced and dumb. So there's two armies going to clash. Denzel Washington gets out in front of his own army, but he sees the army in front of him of his enemies. But then here comes fucking Hano, Lucius, and he rides past the Roman army that all want him dead because he's an escaped gladiator who's fucking killing everybody. And he just rides past everybody to confront Denzel Washington. And then when he kills him, it's fucking kind of a stupid fight. This is the moment. Gives a speech, and it just fucking doesn't work. It feels like it just falls on, like it can just quiet, and even though they're fucking cheering or whatever the fuck, it feels watered down. This whole movie feels watered down and diluted. Like someone, not color-wise, like the saturation of its emotion, it'll impact is watered down by what you want to be spectacle and what you want to be real moments of action and impactful moments of violence. And, you know, I get it. There's a story to tell there again, but you're telling all these fucking points that don't come together well. Forget about all the connections to the first movie. You have a man who's quite happy with his life with his wife. They're called to war because Rome is going batshit like they always do, trying to take over the world and defending his people or whatever the fuck, fighting the Romans. his wife dies and she's an archer on a roof, which stupid fucking bullshit. Again, you should have had this fucking wife an implement of manipulation and emotional turmoil throughout the movie. If you can't do that, which you obviously can't with her death, then you keep her alive in an aspect that fuels his rage and determination. Because again, forget about it connecting to the first movie. This is a man who's happy with his wife, who had a past. Yeah, you find out he's learned and, you know, he came from royalty, whatever. But this is who the man is. He would be totally happy, never fighting again, living with his wife, and living peacefully. That changes, but not in a good way or a way that makes me feel earned when I'm watching the rest of the movie for this guy. And cheering for what? The little bits of greatness in this movie, or the shots that are, you know, I just don't want to go through it. It's not worth it. Which is rare because I like to give credit. You know, I've said, oh, the cinematography was great, you know, some of the acting, whatever. This movie does not come together as a whole for me, and I don't think it's gonna for a lot of people. Can't really nail like my finger on it because it's Ridley Scott and he's great. But, you know, I could definitely see people saying that the lead actor, bad choice, and he doesn't carry the movie. And that could be, you know, correct for the most part in the sense of that's what people think. But I saw the opportunity to make Connie Nielsen the anchor for these movies. She's great. I don't know what to say about that. Like, missed opportunities within your own movie to really pull on people and draw them in to the story you're telling. And you did it with the wrong people. Because no matter what talent you have, I don't care about Denzel Washington's character. I don't give a fuck, and I don't want to see these apeshit emperors. Twin emperors, like clowns. And I get, yeah, the one other brothers. Oh, he makes the monkey in charge. Oh my God. And just the whole thing, you know, the characters like the doctor, and you're wondering why they're not kissing on the screen because they're so close to each other talking. And this is not moments of whispers and thing. No, this is the only time this fucking guy lights up, this actor. God, Jesus Christ, what am I gonna say his fucking name? Blah, blah, blah. I'd like to get his name right. Paul Mescal. The only time he lights up, the only time he feels real is when he's talking to the doctor. And he's leaning in and you're waiting for them to kiss or to show affection for each other, which again is fine. You want to look, life is crazy, you know, I get it. It just doesn't fucking work. He's supposed to be, you know, becoming a leader to these gladiators and coming into his own, and there are elements of him being recognized as someone who is stoic and powerful and, you know, a legacy of, you know, Maximus and stuff. And it tries, it doesn't work. This is a fucking, in my opinion, could be a disaster in the sense of what Gladiator first one held, similar to Ridley Scott's coming back for the aliens, because Prometheus used to get a pass. Now you see, this is the complicated part. Prometheus is a fucking gorgeously shot movie. It has a lead actress that comes through in the end. There's a scene in that movie, holy shit. Anyway, but the movie's not great. And David's whole shit was just garbage. It went fucking, it's just dumb. But it's fucking beautiful. And it's fucking riveting to watch some of those scenes. But once Alien Covenant comes out, just like The Force Awakens and, Last Jedi, it diminishes and tarnishes it. Now, normally I'll say, like, you make a movie based on a book I love, it doesn't ruin the book for me and stuff. But I think it's different in cinema and when you're watching a movie. My liking Gladiator, but not loving it, is more diluted and more background fuzz because I don't rewatch it. It's not in that thing. So, and I didn't want to rewatch it for this, which I normally do. If I'm going to watch, like, whatever, I'll watch part one first. And this is a missed opportunity after missed opportunity. The elements of a great story are there, sure. Like I said, it could have been fucking epic, exiled prince coming back. But there's this fucking moment where okay, so the movie up to a certain point is, and maybe rightfully so, but Lucius Hano is fucking pissed at his mom because they have a meeting where it's known, where she goes, I know who you are. You're my son. He's like, you left me, but you're fucking sitting in pretty with these people. You never came for me. And it's clear the love of Rome, blah, 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 blah. And it's totally flipped. And rightfully so, because it is his mom and he does love her. He's just angry. But it never fucking hits me. It never makes me feel like it's earned. It never makes me feel like this is where the movie should have went. And I think that's just the problem with this movie. It's shots throwing things at the wall. Like, you can go in this direction. Oh, is that interesting? Is this interesting? Let's put it together. Let's, make this arc. Go into these acts and it'll work, and it doesn't. It doesn't. And I don't know if it's just me, like, oh, you got to kill this wife and make me feel something, and then at the end you got to kill the mother. Is it me just saying, stop killing fucking interesting characters? No, sometimes you do it. It makes you feel. It makes you want to root for the person more. And it doesn't. All it does is disconnect and say, you've just ruined the fucking movie because she's the best thing that I've seen in this movie. She connects to the first one amazingly. Her acting, her motivations, I feel them and believe them. Everything else, nothing. I'll even give Pedro Pascal credit because that final scene with him because they make the son and him fight, if I fucking skip past it. When it's revealed, because this fucking barmaid, fucking house cleaner tells her secrets, and their insurrection or whatever revolution is stopped. Pedro Pascal is put in the arena. He has to fight fucking Lucius Hano, and it's supposed to be, Denzel Washington said, I'll give you his head. It felt like bullshit. But okay, the gay fight, and Pedro Pascal it seems to me he could have killed him easily. He's trying to get through to him. And in a way he does, and it could be a good, maybe one of the better parts of the movie. Where he puts up his hand, he surrenders, he just sits down on the floor. And yeah, you're expecting Hano to just kill him and rage. You are responsible for killing my wife. But he just sits down next to him and says, and he explains that he loves his mother. He would have died for his father. And you get, like, I get that moment. It feels earned. And again, Pedro Pascal does his job, and I don't care about he's in everything, something. I don't care. Just be good. Have the fucking story good, the dialogue. And then the Emperor's demand his death, and you know it's going to go bad. This is the general who you propped up. And rightfully so, his success and his, whatever, but he himself is obviously not into it. He doesn't want the war no more. The movie does a pretty good job of showing that. He's not this twisted mustache, fucking ambitious general who's looking for the throne, whatever. He's tired of Rome's garbage, the death, the slavery, everything. So they fucking say kill him, and he won't kill him. So they sit down together in the middle of the arena, and the fucking Praetorian Guard or whatever shoots Pedro Pascal with about 80 fucking arrows. And he gives us, and Hano gives a speech like, this is how Rome treats its whatever. Like, that little portion of this movie is probably, besides Connie Nielsen's performance in her arc type thing, it's probably the best part of the movie. Because, I didn't need to see baboons. All right? I didn't need to see a guy riding a rhino or a fucking ocean in a fucking coliseum. I didn't need to see that. I needed to see the heart of the matter here. Pedro Pascal is done being a fucking killer for these two lunatic emperors. He wants change. And in the background, he's getting an army. He's going to overthrow the fucking thing. He can't take it no more. And you can tell it's done from a place of his heart and honor, like his wife. And Lucius Hano recognizes that and decides not to kill him and force the Emperor's hand. And yes, this does cause a lot, and it's really the downfall, because afterwards, everybody wants the fucking Emperor's dead. You don't kill the fucking amazing general who you propped up. You should never have propped up. You see, that's the problem. These two fucking lunatics should have recognized they have a war-torn fucking general who's done with their shit. And I get it that they're both brothers from fucking insane, whatever, clown makeup wearing fucking idiots, but that should have been Denzel Washington's revelation. And he is there to do that, like whisper in the air, you're doing this wrong. But as it's revealed, Denzel Washington was a slave, and he wants Rome to be downfall. I thought there was going to be an interesting pathway in this movie. Now, it was towards the end, but when Denzel Washington confronts Connie Nielsen or Lucilla, and he shows her that he was a slave, I thought it was going to go in a totally different direction, where he was going to prop up and go, I know that's your son, I know he's the rightful heir, and pave a pathway just like he did for himself with power within the Senate with her. And what that would do. But no, you want these impacts. You gotta kill Denzel Washington at the end. He's got to shoot a fucking arrow from the fucking stands and to hit the mother in the chest. It was so fucking dumb. So yeah, in a nutshell, Gladiator 2 misses the mark. It's not gonna, I'm trying to look at what the plot here would be in the gross and how much it's made. And quickly, it's like gross $338 million worldwide and a budget of 2010. And it's not one of the top 10 films of 2024. You can go fuck yourself. It's not. I don't care how great Ridley Scott is. No fucking way, in my opinion, is this ever going to be remembered like First Gladiator. No fucking way. Now, you want to say that has to do with Russell Crowe? You can't live up to that. Who the fuck was Gerard Butler when he did 300? And that's a crazy fucking comic book movie, but, right, you can find these actors that are going to do it right. Like I said, this guy's good, but he doesn't bring the fire, the rate. Like, it was just fucking dumb in that sense. So I'm not going to look at this as one of those, it's just not for me. No, I don't like this movie. I don't think it's a good movie. Dialogue, I don't know if you want to call it pacing or, there's too many things here that should have been amazing that were just wasted. Like, the elements didn't culminate. Momentum didn't build up enough to a crescendo for me to sit there and feel something. I felt annoyed by this movie. Almost like they were just like sticking their thumb, like the thumb in the noses to me. Like, you're eating this up. Now, this is a fucking big thing. You can go over the internet. We can call fucking Disney assholes and all these companies that are just raking in the money, putting out mediocre shit. But the mediocre shit resonates with people. Yeah, it might be bad that it changes the whatever this fucking zeitgeist. I'm not knocking things. At least the heat ain't coming up when the fucking banging ain't starting on this one. But you make these mediocre movies, but people love them. Sometimes it doesn't matter if they make billions of dollars. This movie, in my opinion, will not resonate. It won't hold an audience. It won't make people feel like this was worth the experience of going through it. It's just another fucking movie, told haphazardly, in my opinion, not really getting where it should have went on its own, and a wasted opportunity to cement a fucking franchise that could have been a legacy. You could have so many Gladiator movies. There's so many fucking half historical shit you can do, and it just doesn't work for me on so many levels that, again, I might sit here and get a little heated when I'm talking about fucking rhinos and an ocean and whatever, but I should be talking about how much I fucking almost teared up at a certain point, and how much pride and the welling in my chest of this arc that was this redemption, this, you know, like, where did it go? Holy shit. And I'm fucking not. Anyway, you know, I guess that's all I can say. I don't recommend Gladiator 2, even if you like 1. I think it just fucking insults the, and dilutes the fabric. Connie Nielsen's amazing. Put her in everything. You shouldn't have killed her. You shouldn't even kill the wife, because you did it for nothing. It holds no weight and impact in the movie, and I guess that's it. Anyway, I guess that'll wrap it up. Wish everybody a happy holiday season. Memory to my father who passed away. My best to you and yours, everybody. Take care.